and welcome to round 2 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of May 2nd. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
Usually on this podcast, we talk about parenting issues, but once a week, Terry and I like to get together to discuss TV, movies, books, and other entertainment topics because it's nice to talk about something other than parenting for a change. So this week we continued with our 2 series watches, Bridgerton season 2 and the Afterparty. So on Bridgerton, the title was Victory. And we had...
What precisely was the victory there?
Well, I believe there were 2 sort of marriage agreements, proposals.
Pyrrhic victories.
Yes, and both of them were non-victory victories for sure, because we had Lady Featherington, purposely put her daughter in a so-called compromising position with the new heir so that he would have to marry her.
It was such a good plan, so flawlessly executed.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. But still.
It's crazy, isn't it? That oh no, they're in the same room at the same time with no one else in there. Clearly, something terribly untoward has happened.
Yeah.
I mean, they live in the same house.
Really? Yeah, they're never in the parlor together at the same time.
So anyway, but she immediately found out that this was a terrible mistake because he has no money and he was planning on marrying Cressida or someone like her for the cash. And now they're all going to be broke. So good job.
Yep.
Portia.
Oops.
So that happened.
As hard as I'm rooting for Penelope and Colin, it's like then the Featheringtons would be the Bridgertons' in-laws and they would have to come to things and be around. And I don't know. I don't know, Penelope. Nobody else looks good to you, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are unpleasant. But that was, holy cow, that was a comeuppance so very quickly.
Yes, immediate.
And of course, yet another. This was a particularly OMG, just kiss already for Anthony and Kate. Come on, how many times?
Many, many times.
The further you guys go with this, the more it's going to hurt her sister.
Yeah.
Just everybody knows it. Daphne knows it and Mom knows it and the
Lady Danbury
knows it. Anybody who was watching you guys dance at that party knows it. Just stop.
Yes.
There needs to be a change in this plot line at some time soon, or else I may throw things at my computer screen. Come on.
Yes, because of course, after all of these near misses with Kate, what does Anthony do? He proposes to her sister.
Yeah.
Because he feels like that's what he's supposed to do.
Yep. So. And also because that whole I don't want anybody to love me thing. So
yes,
that would be, as soon as his sister points out that, maybe he's in obliquely that maybe he's in love with Kate, then he knows he can't possibly be with her. Which, dude, is there such a thing as therapy in this particular time? Perhaps you need the therapy of your mother hitting you upside the head because this is such a bad plan.
Yeah, but everybody has some bad
lots
plans.
Of bad plans. And speaking of
Colin
bad plans,
has a bad plan of going to visit Marina, the Featherington cousin that he was smitten with last season, who was actually pregnant before she even got there.
Yeah.
And
now
is married to some nice man who's super into botany.
Yeah.
And it said, she's supposed to be unhappy, but I mean, he seemed like a nice enough guy.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I know she didn't marry him for love,
right?
But I don't know. They didn't make him awful. Is what I'm saying.
No, they did not. I'm very happy that they did not make him awful. They made him perfectly nice.
Yeah, and just
everything's
not interested in what she's interested in. But, you
Right.
know, he took her on and her
Yes.
twins that
And
she was carrying.
And she has twins to occupy herself with. And,
Right.
you know, given the single lady lottery of the times, she didn't score too bad.
Right.
Could be ever so much worse. So, you know, how awkward. And really, I mean, she pretty much said, dude, Penelope is right there, as we have
She
been saying.
did.
And he still is not. He's not. These Bridgerton guys,
They're kind of dense.
they're pretty dense.
Mm-hmm.
I think their mother needs to bring them all together and say, this is what you all are going to do, since you clearly none of you know what is good for you.
You need some serious talking to from a parent. So
yes. Well, Penelope is soon to be the only person who can be married off from the Featherington family and make them some money. So
yeah. Well, and
Mrs.
she's making
Featherington
money.
needs
They
to
don't.
sit down with Colin. Yeah, she's making money, but nobody knows it.
Nobody knows it.
Yes.
And she cleverly has Madame Delacroix helping her out.
She does.
And you did notice that they kept up with Eloise mentioning like the printer, and
right.
You know, she's still thinking about that guy.
She
Just
is.
saying.
She is. And also feminism.
Yes.
How dare you try to talk to me about things I am interested in, and insulting other women for not being interested in them.
That guy was damned if he did, damned if he didn't.
He absolutely was. And her mother is like, I picked out somebody you would want to talk to. What are you doing?
Instead, she's flouncing up the stairs.
She is. Oh, dear. She has to wait 3 or 4 books before she finds her guy. So,
yeah. She seems so young. I mean, I know she's of age, right? But
that actress is much older than the character she
plays.
So on her.
Well, she
just looking too young.
Not so much looking, but acting.
Yes. Well, yes, acting definitely. But I imagine Eloise is a person who will be acting that way pretty much her entire life. It's who she is. It's what she does.
It was fun to see the whole like country estate having guests, having a ball. I mean, can you imagine? It's like it was like a hotel. I mean, they had so many people and they're all staying there. And there was a ball in the middle of it.
This is a large place, we are realizing.
Yeah.
And
the flowers just everywhere. It was beautiful.
Yeah. That quite an endeavor. And they did finally get a proposal out just as she was like getting on her carriage to leave, but still mission accomplished. Wrong mission, but accomplished. Not a victory.
Not gonna go well.
No. I mean, well, I guess once Edwina gets married, Kate leaves, and so there won't be the constant longing looks as they roam about the house, but still.
Right. But we don't think they're actually going to get married, do we?
No. I think that this series has pretty much stated its claim for what is going to happen. So,
right.
Unless it departs radically from season 1, the star-crossed lovers are going to finally find their way to each other, one way or the other. Before or after they're married, they will find their way to each other. However it works out.
Yeah.
Hopefully not after he's married to somebody else. That would not be cool. But
no. They'll figure out a way.
Hopefully Edwina's heart is not broken too badly.
Yeah.
And some other more worthy beau snaps her up. She's very sweet, though possibly the only person who does not realize that.
Right. You should go spend more time with Anthony.
To make him love you. It's like,
right. No, that's not what you want, friend.
Maybe not. But one would like to think she would be happy for her sister finding a match, but maybe not her particular match.
Right.
Oh, how complicated.
And it's, well, I mean, this is how this goes, but this happened with Daphne last time too.
Yes.
Like you're the star and you have all these people fawning all over you. And then as soon as there's any hint of narrowing it down to one, then it's like you're 100% not available to anybody else. Like it just, it feels very delicate.
It does.
Balance of it all.
And once again, glad we don't have those strictures.
Yes.
Although,
some parts of it appeal.
Yes. A venue for young people to meet is appealing, if it were not quite so regimented and life-altering.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, so should we talk about the young people meeting at their high school reunion?
Yes.
Move on to
the
after
disaster parties where unfortunate things occurred.
That's right. Yes. So this episode of the after party was called Chelsea, and it was kind of the psychological thriller horror genre, although not particularly really scary. And this was about Chelsea. Obviously, she is the faux fur wearing, alcohol swilling,
cat tranquilizer toting.
Yes.
Person everybody wants
member of the class of 2006. Yes. So this time we get to hear her story. They really, the cliffhanger at the end of the previous episode was that one of the Jennifers is missing, and they really just did not care to look for her at this point.
Really? Yeah, only the other Jennifer really cares.
Yeah, everybody else. But what if she did it?
Yeah, she got away.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting ending.
Right. So yeah. I don't know. What did we learn? She wanted to
we learned why Aniq passed out, for one thing.
Right. It was cat tranquilizer. And that, I have plans for Xavier, which we kept hearing from Chelsea. Well, her plan was not to kill him. Her plan was to take pictures of him naked and leak him to the internet, to which he responded, I've already done that. You don't need to. Yeah. And we found out that there was some St. Patrick's Day party back in high school, and everything is going to hinge upon that.
Right. And that is where Chelsea's life became terrible because of something Xavier did. And I imagine many other plot threads were first woven there. So I don't know. It's fun to watch, but I really don't care that much about the mystery anymore, because it's hard to see how it's all. You can sort of see some of the building blocks from other episodes coming in, but I don't feel like I'm any closer to knowing anything.
Yeah, because it's like an anthology series almost, more than a dramatic arc that it's taking you through.
It might be a good thing to binge, to watch all the episodes at once. So you get everything, and everything is still fresh in your mind. To watch them once a week it puts a little more weight on each episode than it maybe can bear. But if you haven't watched it yet, listen. Well, if you if you haven't watched it yet, we've spoiled it all for you. So, but
we haven't spoiled the ending because we haven't watched the ending yet.
That's true.
Don't spoil it for us.
I feel like, for example, Only Murders in the Building was a lot better at sort of, even if in the end it maybe wasn't what you thought, at least you were able to pick up clues and go, oh, look at that. In this, I'm sort of like, well, okay, that's that person's story. We don't know if it's true or not.
Right.
And even if it is, so.
And wasn't that actually released one at a time? Only Murders in the Building?
Yes, I think it was.
I mean, we watched it a little bit after the fact.
I actually know how this one was released, if it was released all at once or one at a time.
Yeah, good question.
It's hard to know anymore. But we watch them one at a time because we have to string them along for podcast episodes
Right.
and have them fresh on our minds. Maybe not optimal, but the acting continues to be enjoyable, and the different stories. Aniq has to keep finding different places to hide so he can conveniently eavesdrop on everything,
Right.
which is not contrived at all.
No. And he doesn't apparently know that there's a do not disturb function on his phone.
Yeah.
Because he has it on vibrate, but you can hear that too.
Yeah. So who do we think was sending Chelsea threatening text messages all during the evening?
Yeah.
I think before.
Right. Before too. And I had to keep pausing and zooming in on my phone to read them.
Yeah.
Which was really not very necessary. But.
Yeah, I got the gist. But
yeah, I don't know.
We found out she had an affair with Brett, but
right.
And she and Zoe had a fairly hilarious discussion about that.
Yes.
Zoe maybe not so upset, but
yeah, I mean, we don't think it was Zoe.
And
I don't.
Is it going to wind up being one of these obscure people we have barely seen? The guy with the keys who people seem to treat as a non-person.
Right. Who no one knows his name. And
including me.
No one wants to talk to him.
The annoying guy who's the husband of one of the Jens.
Yeah. Ned, I believe is his name.
Seems extraneous.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. I mean, it's an enjoyable. How long is it? However long it is.
Usually
it's an enjoyable watch, and I don't mind it. I'm happy to sit down for it every week, but I wouldn't say it's particularly compelling, especially because the guy who got killed really fine with me.
Right. Not too sympathetic.
Not exactly somebody you care about, really. Right. Whoever did it, I'm sure you had your reasons.
Or are we going to discover that he just fell?
Not just fell, or has orchestrated all of this to bring himself more fame, and he's going to turn up at his funeral or something. But I suppose they have a body that they have. Surely they have removed the body at this point.
Right.
But may have paid off some police officers.
Right.
But I would not put that past him, but still, I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on. But next week, I believe we get the much storied St. Patrick's party as our episode.
Right. So the next episode, the title of it is High School. It is not a person's name like all the other episodes.
So they gave up on that.
It is a departure. Well, I think they go back to it.
They do. Maybe there's a person named High School who's the one who was sending the text. It's Joe High School. Hey, High School. How's it going?
Hey, how's it going? But
remember that party? Yeah.
Well, we'll see. So that one's called High School.
In a extended flashback.
Right.
With all the same actors.
Right. Made to look like they're 15 years younger.
I guess if they're telling the story, that's cool. And we're not just jumping into it. But we shall see.
Well, we'll see. And then for Bridgerton, it's called An Unthinkable Fate.
Oh my goodness. That could apply to so many people.
It really could.
Could you narrow it down a little bit?
Unthinkable fate, like using the wrong fork at dinner, or your maid, breaking her arm, or there's a lot.
Golly, yeah,
all the way up to losing all your money and marrying the wrong person.
Right.
So,
yeah,
we shall
see. A dude
who
loves your sister would not be a particular. Although, what the heck? If he's got a nice house and a fun family, and he's going to be, in his office doing stuff all the time, what the hell? Could be worse.
Exactly. It could.
You could marry your cousin and find out he has no money.
Find out he's poor. That is unthinkable. All right. Well.
Oh, well.
So we'll see what that Unthinkable Fate could be next week. And that's going to be it for round 2 today. Please subscribe to our Parenting Roundabout podcast so you won't miss any of our episodes. We have something new for you every weekday. As always, you can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. Bye, Terry.
Bye, Catherine.
Bye, everyone.